Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Physical Media Friday. And this week we have something different, kind of a filler episode, if you will. I'm not really going to be showing off any new DVDs or anything, but I'm going to talk about Hamilton Book a little bit. As you know, I've been operating on a budget this month for those of you who've been watching my videos. However, with Hamilton Book's low prices, and I've already done a whole video about this where I showed off some of the things that I have that are now on sale. And check out one of Charles Cochran's recent videos. He got some good deals. Some of the same titles that I was talking about in that video. But because of that, I will actually have like a kind of a mini haul coming up. But this week I just decided to show off some books and music that I got from Hamilton Book. Imagine that, books from Hamilton Book, not just movies. But anyway, let's start with the music. Of course, there's a tie-in here to a lot of movies and TV shows. Frankie Laine, Greatest Cowboy Hits, including Rawhide, of course. That's him. As I'm working my way through Rawhide, I'm on season 6 now. You know, I've heard the song upwards of 200 times now. I don't know, it just doesn't get old. Gunfight at the OK Corral, 3:10 to Yuma, Wanted Man, theme from Gunslinger, not familiar with that one, many more. And Frankie Laine did do some acting. I think there was about 20 or 25 credits on his IMDb. And he was in an episode of Rawhide. It's a pretty good performance and pretty good episode, if I remember correctly. There's a lot of titles there. I cannot see them, and I can't quite zoom in. Check out this release, though. This is pretty cool. You know, this old Western town here. Very cool. You know, just the same thing with old DVDs and Blu-rays. In modern releases, I like it when they do a little something extra. That's pretty cool. So, Frankie Laine, there you go. Let's take a little perusal. Bowie Knife, Gunslinger, Tumbling Tumbleweeds, Deuces Wild, The Valley of 100 Hills, Rocks and Gravel. And then also, I've got The Bear Family Presents The House of Horrors, 27 Spooky Tales for your Halloween party. You know, I've gotten a few of these kind of compilations before. And truth be told, a lot of these songs are found on YouTube. However, just like with DVDs and Blu-rays with films, it's nice to have the physical releases. And once again, they actually have a pretty good presentation here. I think that's from Attack of the Eye Creatures. Famous Mystery Science Theater episode, where you mostly saw them from here up, as you can see why. But we've got Merv Griffin. Boy, I didn't know Merv Griffin had his hand in so many baskets. I mean, my gosh, he did a lot. You've got a bunch of Screamin' Jay Hawkins songs, the DuPonts, Hollywood Flames, Frankenstein's Den, the Castle Kings, You Can Get 'Em Frankenstein, the Monotones, Zombie, Lon Chaney, Monster Holiday, I wonder if that's from a movie. Let's see, the Swingin' Phillies, Frankenstein's Party, a lot of Frankenstein songs on here. Sharky Todd and the Monsters, Horror Show, Frankie Stein and the Ghouls, Knives and Lovers, Casey Jones and the Governors, Jack the Ripper, Round Robin, the Wolfman, Henry Mancini and his orchestra, Spook, the Jayhawks, the Creature from Outer Space, Lord Luther, I'm going to skip a few of these, I Was a Teenage Creature, Bo Diddley, Bo Meets the Monster, oh, that'll be cool, the Calvins, Horror Pictures, Big B Cornegie at the House of Frankenstein, Orvin Yos, the Vampire, Pete Pepper, Purple People Eater. Oh, okay, so the Purple People Eater. So I guess this is like a sequel to the original song, which was actually written by Sheb Wooley. What a connection here, who actually played Pete Nolan in Rawhide. He did leave the show around somewhere in the 5th season, maybe. I think he comes back, though. I hope so. But yeah, very talented guy. Also the creator of the Wilhelm Scream that you've heard in so many movies. So that just looks like a lot of fun. Oh yeah, let's open it up. See, that's cool. Little extra effort. Looks like some kind of vintage, maybe with a little bit extra skin, but like a vintage poster. Taking a bath in a witch's cauldron. That's pretty cool. You know, appreciate a little bit of extra effort. Got a mad scientist there. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I think that's Set Karloff. Let's see. Behind the scenes of The Bride of Frankenstein. Colin Clive, Boris Karloff, and Elsa Lanchester taking a tea break on Bride of Frankenstein. That's pretty cool. I love seeing stuff like that. get this out here. Wow. Whole backstory of Halloween here. That's pretty cool. We're going into some detail here. Germanic tribes. Okay. Margaret Hamilton. Wizard of Oz. Wow, this was excellent. Look at this release. There's young Merv Griffin, I guess. I guess that's him. Screaming Jay Hawkins. The Monotones. The Castle Kings. This is really cool. There's Lon Chaney Jr. Frankie Stein. Check that out. That's pretty cool. Little Gerhard, Rockin' Ghosts. That was from a Swedish jazz label. Wow, they really got an eclectic bunch of songs here. Oh, that's Big B Korningsky. He operated under many names, I see. Pretty cool. Well, that's a really pretty good release there, to be honest with you. Boy, I miss pulling the old tab, that's for sure, but I do have one next week. Like I said, with a mini haul of movies. Let's get this. All right, we got 2 items here. To be honest, I forget the first one. What is it? Oh yeah, Paul Newman. An Extraordinary Life of an Ordinary Man. Big Paul Newman fan. Should be interesting reading. For sure. Okay. Yeah. Who doesn't love Paul Newman? Interesting paper choice they went with for this book. And the other one is, of course, Larry, the Stooge in the Middle, by Morris Mo Feinberg, forward by Steve Allen. Appendix by Jack Kerouac. Did not see that coming. Illustrations by David Friedman. Okay, Larry. My daughter in Philadelphia actually lives pretty close to Larry Fine's birthplace. It's actually a bar. I think I've taken pictures of it put them on Instagram before. There he goes. At age 21 near Strawberry Mansion in Philadelphia. Big fan of Larry. Big fan of all of them. I forget. He was like a mentor to somebody in his later years. I forget who. May have been like... Was it Bob Saget? Used to visit him in the retirement home just to listen to stories and... just kind of get some wisdom from somebody that had been in the comedy business for decades. Wow. Yep, should be fun, at least for me. Anyway, what do you guys think of my DVDs and books? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Next week, I'm coming back with some movies, so tune in for that, and I'll see you next Physical Media Friday. Thanks. Later.